Today's episode is brought to you by the sun. Hey guys, welcome to Phlearn. My name's Aaron Nace. You can find me on Twitter at AKNace. We got a really great episode for you guys today. We got a lot of news I want to talk about first, and today is contest day, so we also have a new contest. We have a new Phlearn Pro. It's light ribbon. We're giving 20% of our proceeds to breast cancer research. Plus, it's an awesome tutorial. We had so much fun making it. It's included with a behind-the-scenes video showing you guys basically how to do every step with the lighting and everything like that. There's a big banner up at the top. You can't miss it, and it's on sale right now. So, next big announcement, we're going to be in New York. We're actually leaving this coming Wednesday to go to Photo Plus, and I can't wait. If you guys are going to be there, be sure to send us an email. Hit us up. We're going to be roaming around with big, beautiful Phlearn shirts. It's going to be awesome. So I hope you guys are there too. Okay, so today's episode, a little bit tough because last week's contest was shooting in window light, and we draw a new contest each week out of the Canon 70-200 lens hood because that happened to be laying around the day we decided we're doing this. So our winner of the contest is actually not the image we're editing because it was good. It was done. So it's like, I'm going to pick two winners, and we're going to edit the one that I think could benefit the most from editing. And then the other one, we're just going to say like, congratulations, you didn't really need any editing. I mean, there's always something that can be done even with my images, but it would be better for me to show you more stuff than just a little bit of nitpick here and there. All right, let's get into it. So our winners today, Lauren's image, I love this. Anything Day of the Dead, I am just in love with, and I think, you know, we're catching on to it as a country here in the United States. It's just really, really cool. The look of it, I just love it. The red here, I think is perfect. Without the red, this would have not been nearly as good. There's even a nice texture already applied to the image, which I definitely do think fits with this texture. So, Lauren, congratulations on winning a Phlearn Pro. And I'm not going to edit your image because it's already awesome. Brandon, I'm going to give you a Phlearn Pro too because I love this image also, and this is the one we're going to edit. So, kind of a new thing here at Phlearn, but we're going to focus on this one. So, total good news if you guys are entering our contest, which we have another one today. Even if maybe there could be more than one winner is what we're saying here. All right, let's go ahead and full screen Brandon's. And I want to talk about a couple of the things that happen with window light that oftentimes you run into. First of all, what's happening here is it's just a little bit cooler. The sun was probably, you know, a little bit higher in the sky, so it's a little bit cooler. We're going to warm up the image. And a lot of the time, your subject gets a little bit underexposed because they have a bright background light, the backlit. So we're going to basically fix both of those things. We're going to add a little bit of style, a little bit of color as well. Okay, so first thing I want to do is let's go ahead and work on our color range. Now, there are a couple cool things. I want to show you guys this. We're going to go to our curves adjustment layer right down here. Where is it? There we go. You think I've used Photoshop before. You go to our curves adjustment layer, and I'm going to hit auto. Now, you're like, auto? Really? You never hit auto, Aaron. I'm going to, so there. But even more than that, I'm going to go right down here, and we're going to go to auto options, okay? Because I want to show you guys this. It's pretty cool. Because I know a lot of you guys don't have a ton of time. So we're going to go to our auto options, and now you have different algorithms that you can go with. And just saying the word algorithm honestly kind of makes me feel smart. So it says it right there. I'm not just making that up. Okay, so we have different algorithms that you can go with. Enhancing monochromatic contrast. And you have, in each of these, you can snap the neutral midtones, and you can choose where you want your highlights, midtones, and shadows. So you can choose different ones, different options here, and it's going to give you a slightly different look. Snapping neutral midtones. Let's turn that off and on. So generally, if your color is like way off, this is going to help with your color. Enhancing brightness and contrast, this isn't auto, but having set it to enhancing brightness and contrast, you can see, let's just hit OK, the difference that made. So that's a pretty good way to have basically Photoshop, I couldn't even think of the word. Photoshop is just going to tell you like, hey, you need to work on your image or maybe not. So that's decent. I think it actually did a pretty good job, and I was going to do that anyway. So congratulations, Photoshop. You are a good program. Okay, we're going to grab another curves adjustment layer. And sorry, that was levels. Levels and curves are, you know, they're very similar. Sometimes I'm in the mood for curves, sometimes I'm in the mood for levels. Really not a whole lot of difference. I do want to warm up the image quite a bit. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go over here to my blue channel, and I'm just going to grab this little hand tool, which is really nice. If you guys haven't used this, Let me just zoom in so you can see the hand tool. Basically, you can click anywhere and you can tell it to either have more or less of this color. So here with our blue channel, if I click here and just drag up, it's going to put more blue in her skin. If I drag down, it's going to put less blue. Now, if you keep on going down, we're going to get way towards yellow because blue and yellow are opposites. So we don't want to go that far down, but let's just drag it down just a little bit. Okay, now we can start maybe with our red. We're going to click in our skin and bring up the reds a little bit. There we go. And then, we'll go into our greens. And you wouldn't think you'd have to play with greens, but sometimes adding just a little bit of green can really help out an image. Okay, there we go. So you can see kind of like warming it up a little bit. And this is a JPEG, which is really nice. Maybe in a raw image, you could adjust your color temperature, but you can totally save colors in a JPEG too. So very cool. We're already off to a good start, lightening up our shadows and kind of warming up our colors a little bit. Now the next thing that we're going to do, I'm going to take care of the background just a little bit because it's just a little bit distracting. It's not bad. To do this, we're going to use a brush tool. Surprise, surprise, right? I love the brush tool. Anyone who watches Phlearn often is like, I bet you Aaron's going to use the brush tool today. Well, I am. I want to show you guys that this stuff is just, it's easy. Like you don't have to be a pro and use all the like crazy cool tools. Like you can just grab a brush tool and start painting around and, you know, really do a great job editing an image. We'll use a layer mask because I don't want this visible right over here. So we're just going to layer mask it out on that line there. You could use like a polygonal lasso tool or something like that to fix that selection if you wanted to. Okay, now here on our layer mask, we're also going to go in and fix some hair. Okay, I know this looks horrible right now. I'm fully aware of that. I wanted to reveal all the hair so I could go back and hide it again, basically. It's a fun little game I like to play called Hide and Reveal the Hair. There we go. Now, since this area is kind of blown out right behind her hair, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enhance that. I'm not going to enhance it. I'm going to mimic that in this layer that's actually hiding that background a little bit. What I'm going to do is, I'll show you guys right now, just create a new layer, and we're going to use our brush tool, and I'm going to clip this layer, Option-Command-G, so it's only visible where this other layer is visible, okay? And then we're just going to paint with this color, which just happens to be white. There we go. Let's make a nice large brush. So we're painting white up towards the top. So what that's going to help do is kind of, can you see how it makes it, you know, kind of blend in a little bit better? Because the hair is basically just going to white anyway. So by painting white up there, it's just going to help out that transition a little bit more. All right, and our goal is still accomplished of cleaning up the background, getting, you know, rid of a couple of things that are just a little bit distracting, which I think worked pretty well. All right, let's shift click those. We'll shift click those and hit Command G as well. I'm going to warm this image up a little bit more. I don't think it needs it, but I'm just going to because I'm kind of in the mood to warm things up. Let's go to our red channel and just kind of pull up a little bit of reds, and we'll add a little bit of greens as well. Okay, and then we'll just pull down the blues a tiny bit. There we go. Let's bring that over top of everything. So there we have a little bit warmed up. You know what? It's a little bit too green. Looks a little bit weird, right? So we're just going to take that, bring up green a little bit, but not much. There. Okay, my green was freaking out on me. So you can see warmed it up a little bit and add a little bit more reds in there like that. Okay, what we're going to do next is, this is kind of weird. You're going to be like, what? But it's cool. I'm going to grab this brick color and then hit Option Delete to fill with my foreground color. And that's just going to fill the entire image with this color. Now we're going to go over here and change this from normal to lighten. And what it does is it makes everything that's darker than that brick into the same color as the brick, which is kind of cool. It's almost like a duotone. It's a way to add some color and depth into your shadows. So you can see the shadows have gone towards the brownish tone now. All right, let's grab some levels and play with my highlights and shadows a little bit. We'll grab our blue and pull our highlights towards yellow, because blue and yellow are opposites. There we go. And that looks great. Now, if you wanted to do any kind of like light color, let's just grab a really light, maybe like a yellow, orange. There we go. That looks great. And I'm going to grab a gradient tool. Let's grab our radial gradient, and we'll just go with the area that the light's coming through. So we'll go from the left here. You can see shadows are falling to the right, so you want your light source to be off to the left. And we're just going to bring this in like that. And then we'll lower the opacity to like 30%. And I think that looks great. Let's bring it up to like 50%. And I'll put a layer mask on there and go to image down here to apply image. And that's just going to keep it on the highlights. It's not going to start affecting our shadows. We'll lower the opacity just a little bit. So we have just a little bit of warm sunlight coming through the window. And that's it, guys. So taking a couple of the big pitfalls we have with editing a window light image, you have the dark subject, and it tends to be a little bit cooler. So we'll show you guys the before and after again. So there's the before, dark subject, a little bit cooler, and there's the after. It's nice, warm, kind of fun, beautiful feeling image. And we are done. So guys, thanks so much for entering the contest. We have a new contest, and I'm going to announce it now. We got a bunch of pieces of paper in here. Where are they? There we go. Okay, I found one. I'm not even going to look at it. You guys can see it first. Actually, I'm going to need to see it. Using a person as a scale. Okay, this is actually a really awesome concept. Using a person as scale. Oftentimes in an image, you won't know how large or small something is, and the best way to use is to use a familiar object to scale something. Like a person is pretty good. Everyone knows how big other people are. So like if you, for instance, you had a picture of a giant pencil, it might not look like a giant pencil, but as soon as you put a person next to it, it's like, wow, that pencil is very big. But if you don't do that, the pencil might look small. Buildings are another great way to do it, landscapes, anytime you have repetition of something. If you want to express depth in a photo, using people is a great way to do it. What you do is you put someone near the foreground of your image, like, you know, there in the very front of your image, and then you put another person way far away, and mentally you kind of see like, okay, there's a person up front and there's a person way far away. There's a lot of depth here. So filmmakers use that a lot. They'll put someone here in the foreground and then someone very far away, and you really get a sense of depth. So using a person as scale. And guys, get creative with this. Do as many like crazy ideas as you want. You know, you can do we're not talking about just composites, which you can totally do that using a person for scale as that, but also other cool tricks like the perspective change and things like that. So using a person as scale is this week's contest. I want to see your guys' entries. Make them awesome. It can be for anything, literally anything. Just submit as many images as you want. Use a person for scale. Thanks so much, guys. We are having an awesome week. Can't wait to see you at Photo Plus, and make sure to check out our Phlearn Pro we just released. Have an awesome day. I'll Phlearn you guys later. Hey guys, welcome to Phlearn. My name is Aaron Nace. You can find me on Twitter at AKNacer. We got a lot of really cool stuff today. Our episode, blah, blah, blah. Hey guys, welcome to Twitter. Fuck. Welcome. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to Phlearn. My name's Aaron.